Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I am starting a new series that I'd like to introduce and tell you a little bit about. So this is a new Wig Wearers series that I'm beginning, and I anticipate that it'll take about 5 or 6 videos. And so for the next 5 or 6 Sundays, I will be releasing a new video in this series. And I want to tell you a little bit about it. So if it's something that interests you, you can make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss these videos. So this new Wig Wearers series is really meant for anyone still struggling with the wig wearing journey. Specifically people who maybe haven't even started it yet. Maybe you're still researching or considering whether or not you actually need to start wearing wigs or anticipate that you will. But even if you already own some wigs and you're already wearing wigs, there may be some little gems in this series that will help you along your journey. So I would say this is a new Wig Wearers series, but I think it can be beneficial even for those who already are wearing wigs. So let me tell you a little bit about my story real briefly so that you know how I'm qualified to even talk with you about this and have a series like this. So I started my YouTube channel in November 2018. I actually bought my first wig in September 2018, and I started uploading videos really as a placeholder for information I was sharing in different wig wearing Facebook groups, because once I discovered wigs and I realized this was a viable solution for my own hair loss, I was all in. I did struggle a lot in the beginning though, and so I can talk with much experience when it comes to those struggles. But I've been losing my hair for over 20 years. It started in my early 20s actually, and I just turned 49 this past November. So I have a long history of gradual hair loss, gradual and progressive. I have androgenic alopecia, also known as female pattern hair loss or female pattern baldness. And so if you've watched any of my videos already, you probably know a little bit about my hair loss, and I do take my wigs off in every video so that you can kind of see what I'm going through. But so I bought my first topper in September of 2018, and toppers really weren't a good solution for me for a variety of reasons. And so I really quickly graduated to wigs. And I think it's fair to say that the first 18 months of my wig wearing journey, I completely and utterly lost my mind. And I just bought. I purchased so many wigs, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of wigs. I consider that time in my journey, the 18 months that I spent getting my master's degree in wigs. And I'm not joking when I say that. I learned so much in such a short period of time that I feel as though, even though I haven't been wearing wigs super long, just 2.5 years, I really accelerated my experience by doing all of the buying that I did. I don't recommend that, and my goal is to try to help you avoid having to do that. But I will say there's really no substitute to trying wigs. So if you're in a position where you can try on multiple different kinds of wigs, I encourage you to do that. Whether you have a wig store near you and you can just get some experience putting wigs on, or you can afford to purchase some wigs that may or may not work for you. But in this series, I am going to go through step by step in logical sequence what someone goes through when they first realize they may have to start wearing helper hair. So it's really about, I'm going to try to be all encompassing, but that's also why this is going to be multiple videos long. So far my outline has it at 6 videos, but as I start to put them together and think about it, I think of other things that I need to share. So in order for this to be digestible and not, 2 hours long in one video, or for me not to just lightly gloss over some really important steps, I do need this to be multiple videos long. So that's why I said I will be releasing a new video in this series for the next probably 6 weeks, and they'll be released on Sundays. Obviously, once this series is out and released, then you may be watching this and I've already released them all. So you might want to check and see when the date is on this one to know if all those videos are already out there. So let's just talk really quickly about why I guess I should say, what is it important for you to know, or why is it important for you to educate yourself before diving into wigs? I would say the number one reason is financial, to avoid making a ton of purchases that maybe aren't good for you. Maybe the wigs aren't your type or style, or types that you're not ready for. And while, some of us are blessed to have a financial situation where we can afford to do that, I'd say most of us aren't. And so I do want to try to help you. And the best way to help you is to walk you through step by step the information that you need to have. I believe wig wearing has a very steep learning curve for most of us. And in the beginning, you don't even know what you don't know. Isn't that a cliche statement? I don't know what I don't know, but it's so true when it comes to wigs. If you have no experience with them, you really don't know what you don't know. And I'm going to try to cover the things that I think are important for people to know, but also the things that people are constantly asking about. I pay a lot of attention to posts and comments on Instagram and in Facebook groups, and I get a lot of questions from wig sisters who maybe watch my videos and see me as a trusted, knowledgeable person, and so they'll send me questions, and I pay really good attention to all of that because it helps me know what I need to share and what I need to do to help you learn. So number one, wigs can be expensive. The journey can be expensive if you go about it willy-nilly. You can avoid making costly mistakes by just doing a little bit of educating up front. It can be overwhelming. There is so much to learn. I am going to spend an entire video in this series talking about it's Wigs 101. What do you need to know about wigs? There's all different types of hair fibers. There are all different types of caps. There's size differences. And so I'm going to just give you a breakdown of all the different things about wigs that you should know. What's a synthetic wig? What's a heat-friendly synthetic? How's human hair different? What's a lace front? What's a monotop versus a monopart? What's a basic cap? All of those things. I'm going to spend an entire video covering these things for you and showing you. I think I pretty much have at least one wig with every kind of hair fiber and every kind of cap construction. And so I'll show you as I'm telling, so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk a lot about why purchasing wigs is challenging. Why is color so challenging? What you need to know about color and fiber texture before you start buying wigs, and to also help set your expectations. I think 80% of wig wearing is having reasonable expectations of the experience and not setting yourself up for disappointment or failure because you haven't set reasonable expectations. So I will talk a little bit about that. I'm going to spend an entire video just showing you how to put a wig on and what you need to know about wig fit, and how to wear a wig. Do you wear a wig cap, a wig grip? Should you adhere your wig? The pros and cons of all the different ways you can wear a wig. I'll share my personal experience and preference, but I recognize that I'm one person. So I'll talk with you a little bit about all the things I've learned as I read comments. When somebody asks a question and I see all the comments, you get everything in those comments. And I pay attention to that so that I can share that information as well. I'm going to spend a video talking about how to care for your wigs. I am going to show you how to wash a wig. And I'm going to talk with you about my preferences, not just for products, but for how I care for my wigs on a daily basis. I am an everyday wig wearer, and I have been for 2.5 years. I've learned a lot, and so I'm going to share that with you, but I'm also going to share what other people have shared so that there's more than one way to do all of this. And I'd like to give you that information up front so that you can start to formulate your thinking around how you're going to be, what kind of a wig wearer you're going to be, and what you're going to do when you wear wigs. I am going to try my best to batch information together in videos where it makes the most sense. So, I'm going to start telling you all about wigs before I tell you how you're going to wear a wig, because I'm going to think about it as if I'm going through this myself as a brand new wig wearer stepping in knowing nothing. And what do I need to know first, and then second, and then third? And so that's my plan for this series. And I really hope that I am going to be able to put something out there that is useful to you, that is clear and succinct, that provides great information, and maybe even a few nuggets that even an experienced wig wearer might not have thought of. And so I have asked on my YouTube channel in the community section, I have asked for people to give me feedback on what they either want to know or would have wanted to know before they started wearing wigs. And so I've been making notes, and I also put it on my Facebook page and on Instagram. I've just asked, please give me what should I cover in this video. So I have been compiling that. And so hopefully I will just cover it all. So that's it. That's my new Wig Wearers series. And so next Sunday will be, well, technically my first video in this series, but I think you could maybe say this is the first video in the series just to introduce the topic. So next Sunday, I will start with Wigs 101 and everything that you need to know about wigs themselves, construction, fiber, caps, all of the wig information, so that you can start to look at wigs and know what kind of wigs might be a good first wig for you. Or, you know, when you see a term in a description of a wig, what does it mean? Thank you so much for your support, for being here today. And if you have already subscribed to my channel and you've already been watching my videos, thank you so much. I want you to know that I am here because honestly, I feel blessed to have hair loss and be part of this community. I never would have thought I could say that 3 years ago, but I do believe that we've been brought together through this journey, and it's so much more than our hair. And so I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to help you guys. I get so much help from you in your comments. So every time you comment, every time you like my video and you subscribe, you are making a difference yourself in this journey. Not only in supporting me, but in supporting your wig sisters, because people read comments too to get tips. And YouTube recognizes videos that are highly liked and highly commented on as providing valuable information, which makes my videos easier for people to find when they're searching for information. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please make sure that you give a thumbs up to any video that you think provides good information, whether it's information you needed or not. And I always love to read your comments. I do try to respond to every comment. It's getting a little bit harder to do now that I've got a lot more videos out there and a lot more people watching them, but I do my very best. And so I just need you to know that I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being here. I will talk to you guys soon.